the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Alright, for a moment, I have some from Nsem-Pii TV. A year, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Unigana, Utupine, Oko, a Togo, Ufi Toguno, Osako PM, a year Cote d'Ivoire. And I him say, so man paying to Kwame as with a year. Vice President in take over. Says Vice President, and also Anna Oyari, Bear Bosumi and Senia, what I have here UK. And until one also in the Honoma, as I say, Speaker of Parliament in also take over. She says Speaker of Parliament, Abambagments also to Kwame. Nano, and an NPP and no about the Casa from him. Say. Speaker Susan Chief Justice and I can take over Chief Justice also suspending acting Chief Justice intimate any say Jumano. It is here on my mono, you knew be a wood this one. And I say leader and Harry, say leader area, and you know mine also yare. Tete for the CNO, Ghana IIT CNO, leader be any hamsey. Yano, on a Kwame Adinkra na pamphlet in Nsem-Pii to draw. Umukuti omu emrasisia.
So we live in here. Minority about
press conference.
Yeah. Now they were asking, say, President Okod Lumino and Togo one crap parliament, and he created kind of vacuum.
Yeah.
Because the vice president in the home, Yansue in. Speaker of Parliament in the home. And we don't have a Chief Justice because the acting Chief Justice and a substantive Chief Justice. So we have a Chief Justice who has been suspended. He has not been sacked. So as far as vacancy is concerned, we have not created any vacancy, but the acting Chief Justice cannot also be acting president.
Who says?
So that's the argument.
Okay.
So if you are acting, maybe like say President Dukwai, now Vice President act here. My name is Obit my Rachel Fla.
That be.
So say yeah.
And never going to be sign.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So acting Chief Justice says so in
as acting president.
As acting president. Now so you're acting on two portfolios. Yeah. Okay. And is it also possible? What does the law say about that?
Okay.
Yesterday I was raising an issue. Somebody felt for me. A friend Nokasa. I didn't mean pursue the year because it seems to be said there's a gap which the Constitution has to deal with it. Also, the Constitution talks about civil service.
Yeah.
If you are a civil servant, you are for a number of days to be a no. But if you to a human and be for your baby for 2 years, you didn't cry a free and almost How about the public service for no? Says here, yes, vice presidents or choir share. Constitution, how many days? So my okay, and time ben
so what do you mean?
But also what you am there who say wama and they appointed be from. That's how it is.
I would never want to be say one ma or beba name want to me mama ye jumanon to us.
That's and how many days? And they say the man
and son one will say
civil servants from the end be after 6 months they say you the infirmities for. So how many days? And I be a vice president, mano at the accord.
And I mean president.
Okay. And at what time can we declare the president or the vice president incapacitated?
Yeah. It's a legitimate question.
Oh, I don't know what the Constitution
Me too, I don't
say about that. But as I say, because since here, I'm friend Lacuna, the president was not in the country. The vice president is not in the country. The Speaker of Parliament is not in the country. And we have an acting
Chief
Justice.
Yeah. Kwame, I can forgive the first two. The president may travel, the vice president may travel. Why would the speaker also travel when he knows full well that the first two are not here?
It can also be the communication.
So who call some?
I said
that's why we call something government machinery.
Yeah.
Government machinery. You must work in sync.
Yeah.
I don't care whose office is where or where. So long as you are all in Accra, move from government machinery in there. It can happen. Say President, as we speak, is in La Côte d'Ivoire. Was free to go no we straight in the Côte d'Ivoire for some other program via Air Cotswa. Even yesterday he had to give some speech there. Oh no, that's how they want them. The president's protocols are always given priority. So the president and then we all know. Unfortunately, the unfortunate situation surrounding the vice president. Kwame commensurate to fair. What I don't like and detest that communication here to rather tell us what is not the truth. And then I drink.
What is not the truth?
It's not true.
A motivation.
Fine, but it's not the best of communication.
No, but you can't come and you know what?
There was
some time. There was some time I asked Nanado or more communication for him to say. Yana said Nanado took an maybe or could live and or call medical attention. I don't know one can say. I want to say leaders can't be sick.
Yeah. I don't want you if you you can't be sick.
Leaders can be sick. Because even the leader of the country is sick.
The country is sick. It's true.
Sound common young Kuma. I get it.
I get it.
President Mills. I didn't come out.
But it's not the best of behavior. Well, let me put that aside. But for the speaker, the third hour, no dear. Out of the phone, no, didn't depend on the man I say President I've been a fair gentleman,
Why will the Constitution not say if the speaker has done that, the deputy speaker should be sworn in?
No, so long as we have a phone gap, then the phone gap must be exhausted before maybe we can come to the first three. It definitely. My first boss is not here, my second boss is not here. Me being number 3, who Jesse? And it didn't go back by 3. All the time, especially when Ghana is playing. Why would you also want to go? Maybe
your quiet class.
There be almost no speaker the call last one. Because Madame Naana they say to abani say about to in hodo dono keke 3 months I say on to me UK. President DD a priority say I don't care when I will jar information I will information, but he has to go. That's what makes him the fair gentleman of the land. But why toss a trader who needs a back on so yes, because President as the time I walk on speaker was around, so he's safe. And there was a time, Mikai, is it the whole time, when the 2 presidents were leaving, they had to be sworn in.
Yeah.
As a speaker of parliament, he had to be sworn in symbolically and publicly. And Tama President Econo, I don't know why Speaker Babi in, because Speaker Babi and they will pass a Kakufa the time they see assembly or lady some sort of whatever in parliament to register his protest and displeasure. And I was why and I woke knowing full well say this guy is created. But I mean the last 24 hours in other places maybe South Korea, North Korea, and those communist countries now, and Kwame NTB, but they are independent, then fearless, credible journalism, and they are national security sensitive issue. Discussing. I was uneasy the way the radio people were discussing this matter, even on a paper here to us. We are telling whoever is ready to take over the country, say the 3 gentlemen who are supposed to be here and guard the country have all left. If like unceremoniously, because now what want to achieve there, if I say and I said that the whole balance it's a worrying one. And I don't remember say in our dispensation we have witnessed something like this before, and I say we are going to witness more. But lapse with quickly. I don't know who it falls on. Whether it falls on the acting chief justice or parliament, the 2 institutions, legislature and the parliament, because the judiciary must come together quickly and rectify it before the close of today. Okay. Yes, other than that, this in other places, flags will be flying half mast and stuff like that.
I like the way the Roman Catholic as an institution, Pope, conclave, but do you see that similarities with the Ashanti culture?
I mean, that's up there. Okay, but I say Jew for Catholic for and Ashanti for part-time for 1,000 years.
Tripartite committee.
Tripartite committee. Over 1,000 years, they will reign 1,000 years. Yes, they don't care. Catholicism there. I mean, we see what we could do in America. The way they plan, the way they think, the way they see the future. They saw this present future 1,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, they know.
And so today, whatever they do, it's almost as if it's pre-planned. But
now, let me give you 3 books from Dan Brown that can explain things about the Catholic Church, and sometimes you will see the importance of the Catholic Church, not just as a church, but as a full governing body that is actually controlling the world. Michel Bisa, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Sergi, diplomatic dialogue means what is the role of the Pope? What's the Pope there? On a because
we are for something,
now we are president, now Pope Efrewa.
I hope prove and I was yes, if you did be a champion.
And Bizan said or your foreign minister, according to 2 years, and one part of Shiana now a memorable, also the president of Iran.
Amadine time
that time also no more call some sa not to nominate alliance meeting or one obituary brand said the president wants to see him.
Iran of all places.
The representative from Ghana.
Yeah.
Also who I met.
Yeah.
And I was that's the way they okay. Time and I was
right now.
After the year dinner, I'm a fan of Ednako. I feel we had sorry, I was 2 guys. Abba was the president is ready for you.
Yeah.
I said Saturday president should be on the president could go on for 30 minutes and you know be a crowd.
What is happening?
And then there was a newspaper, USR. Akasek, what is the Ghanaian ambassador doing with the Iran? Oh, somebody Saturday Iran for but also and the president was looking at how they can help Ghana. And I said agri, and I was agri ministers no, 7.
Okay.
Agri ministers.
Okay.
7.
7.
And she said rice, minister of rice.
In charge of rice or
we Syria other ideas. Also 7.
In charge of aquaculture.
Now the way they do their things, man. They also know we didn't come. We are. Okonyana, the Iran president, they had to be bomb fly there as okay. And but he was calm and he was shocked. So with me, Ghana,
Iran is the first civilized country in the Middle East,
and all that.
A lot of things Middle East they copied from Iran, including even Europe.
Yeah,
larger Europe, maybe especially royalty and monarchy from Iran.
They say Iran Babylon.
And then Nebuchadnezzar time. Iran
governance.
Hanging garden. Oh, they were Iran. Religious fundamentalism and some problematic problem. And so
he raised an issue about MPP, a more constitution, and I'll say the party doesn't need a regional secretary, and a regional chairman. As a first of all, regional chairman on the constituency.
The constituency in the entire region,
and so constituency, you have to ababo bio, and our man instructions. Also, the constitution wouldn't be our. The also first, we don't need a friend say regional chairman. But what they need regional secretaries.
Okay.
And the regional secretaries should not be by voting.
Should be appointed.
Should be appointed. How do they appoint them? No, people should apply.
Yeah. And then
you apply as a chief executive.
Yeah.
Yes, me, I am this. I've been able to manage company with. I'll manage company with.
This is my CV.
This is my CV. Blah. Then you go through that, and the party will set the KPI for you.
Yes.
So the party at the headquarters, or chief executive, instead of the general secretary, the party should have a chief executive
officer.
I know. And by voting, by merit, by qualification. So be a more institution be managing.
Yeah.
You are accountable.
Yeah.
You can be fired at any point in time. So the party should be run as a corporate institutions.
I tend to agree with him.
Okay. So also omanyana sa na yes general secretary yeto waba to dem sa na waba na obeko constituency bi don constituency secretary 2 paragraphs crab ahia untimi ntro
bebre o original chairman untimi ntro one paragraph
original chairman na although original chairman wajata na niso and so 2 paragraphs crab untimi ntro
kai
at the end so no official, that's why they call you executive.
Yeah.
So it's an executive position. So if it is an executive position, how do we elect or maybe choose executives of any institution?
Look, Ampo, regional leaders, they are regional executives. I think a party leaders are appointed executives or maybe regions. But the amount to me, a problem for Ashanti region MPP is, I think it's around this logic. He contested for his post.
Yes.
Campaigned and paid his way, whatever. It was also again say the entire region is my constituency.
It's my constituency.
From an agent.
It's my constituency.
Because with the address as a superior man, into my banner, dear, more we did in Munya, Mimisim Yamfano, say, Abano, Yemi, Krumia.
So I further asked him about what will be the duties of the regional secretaries. Was it the regional secretaries? A whole or non-secretary?
Yes.
Obi here a card.
Yes.
On
the facilitating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Members. No, and a tro.
To and fro.
And that regional secretary, you have to pay him. Like you are paying any other bank regional manager. You have to pay him. And a job.
Yeah.
And if
administrative job.
Exactly.
And yet political leadership.
There be.
It makes sense, Kwame. It makes a lot of sense. Looking at the current exigency.
Yes. Okay, now that for how long? And as I do in your because it makes a lot of sense.
It does.
As a party, it has to be run as a corporate body.
Yes.
Campaign, blah blah blah, but the administrative part there.